Dear brothers and sisters, I haven't recorded any videos for some time. I was on a mission trip, and today I want to share with you about the mission in Sri Lanka. This was a very exciting, very fruitful trip, and I want to tell you more about the results of this trip, the situation there, and also some of the thoughts that I have about the mission in general. Well, this mission was a great blessing for me. First of all, I want to thank God for giving me this joy to do mission, to preach the gospel, to invite new people into the church during this time of the apostolic land. This was a great joy. I think it would be a great joy for any priest to have this feeling of participating directly in the work of the apostles, especially at this time when the church is being sent, okay? Because this land is preparing us for the apostolic work, to continue this work. So I am very grateful to the Lord, and He gave me also the joy to see the fruits of the mission. Last time I went, last November it was, and we had baptism about the whole group that was preparing, 33 people at the time in the ocean. And over these past few years they were preparing others, okay? And more new members also came and were getting ready. So this time there was also a baptism. It was 13 people this time in a lake. Great joy, great experience. And please pray for them, for our Orthodox Christian there. And now we have 51 baptized Orthodox in Sri Lanka, and more catechumens, those who are getting ready for the baptism during my next visit. I hope, if the Lord will give me such blessing, or another priest might go. So this time I went to many places. We have good success in the south, because our main mission now is in the center, this town of Karunegala and surrounding region. That's where most of the members now. And this visit I also went to the south, the Gaul region and Nelua. In those regions we have now much more people. Those regions usually you have to travel by car on a bad road, and then you also need to walk in jungle, climbing hills, and it's quite an experience, quite an adventure to reach those families. Those are scattered in the jungle, and you come to a family somewhere in the jungle, and the whole family is willing to become Orthodox. So we prayed with them. They've asked for blessings. They were very much excited. In the central part, we were also doing this humanitarian mission, distributing food, rice, and other foods to families far away in the distant villages. Because there is still this economic crisis going on. People lost their job, prices went up, people sometimes are starving. Okay? Some people lost family, lost parents, became orphans. Some lost their children, and nobody takes care of them. Well, there is a lot of problem now going on there. Mission-wise, we had some other good news. One influential big man who used to be one of the big politicians there, his name is Abiy. He decided to become Orthodox, and he wants to become a missionary. He is now retired, but he's got a very wide scope of people whom he knows, who know him, who trust him, and he is going to introduce the faith to those people, which is also very promising, a very, very joyful development. There were some sad news. Okay, one of the missionaries, he used to be a pastor, Protestant pastor, from the north of the island, which is Tamil area, mainly Hindu. In that area, they were his communities, all of them were going to become Orthodox, and he himself decided to become Orthodox. We already agreed how he's going to do mission, go to the big city of Jaffna. Everything seemed to be fine and promising, but over the past time, first he sort of fell off. Okay, he said that he's not coming, he had some internal issues, but this time I discovered that he was pulled away by Malankars, which is a monophysite heresy. They came from India and they said, we are Orthodox, you want to be Orthodox? Okay, we are Orthodox, even though they aren't, they are ancient heresy. And they said, they gave him pay, they gave him support, they ordained him deacon, and all of this worked. Okay, he joined them, but I think now he is in this struggle of figuring out if it's truly Orthodox. And I'm very hopeful that he will come back at some point. So we will pray for this, and we pray for him, for all the people who are in communities that he is developing. We are hopeful that this Tamil area, which is very different, can become also, evangelized by true gospel, and also through that area we might develop mission in India, because it's up north, and there are also many Tamil, this ethnic group, Tamils. They have same language, and we might be able to develop, if God blesses, God willing, mission in India also, which is very close. So it's very logical to grow the mission in that direction, because now Indian mission is in a very bad state. It's pretty much it's gone. Okay, and what else? What else I wanted to share? I wanted to share with you on the mission in general. You know, Orthodox, we very often we think that I need I need some real providence of God. We say the providence of God decides everything. So if people don't come to church, that's because of providence of God. And otherwise, he would have brought them to the church. So if they're not here, that means there is no will of church. He's not calling them, they don't hear this calling, and so on. And which means that no matter what I do, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference. And this is a big lie. This is big delusion, this mistake. I think it's even paganism, you can say. Because some pagans, they believe in this predestination. But the Lord created us to be creators, to create reality, what is going on, ourselves, and to have free will. And it depends on what we do, what will happen in this world. The Lord's providence will help us, will give us support in good intentions, in good deeds that we do. But we have to go and do it. If we don't do it, nobody's going to do it. Okay? So this is very important. If we don't understand this, okay, our life is going to be wasted, fruitless. and the Lord is not gonna listen to all our excuses and our logic. He will say that we are fruitless, we are useless. Another thing that I want to share is that very often we Orthodox, we think about unimportant things. I wanted to say fake, but sometimes it's real, but it's not that important. For example, we are concerned about global issues. The world is getting more corrupt, more sin, Antichrist is coming, control and many other things are coming, and people are brainwashed, and young people are far away from Christianity, and there are heresies, and these heresies, they are wrong, and this and that. And all of this is true, but usually when we just think about this, our will is suppressed. Our ability to do something for the church, to do the mission, is undermined. Because you see, despite all these global problems, in the mission, you just go, and some people, they become Orthodox Christians. Even if one person becomes Orthodox Christian, this is much more important than all those we read news and we read, we listen to this, some bad stuff is gonna come, and how do we do that? And we are concerned with all kinds of stuff. But if you just go and do mission, it's gonna bring much more important result than all that stuff. Okay, because real people, they will become real Orthodox Christians because you go and do it. And this is the agenda. This is the most important agenda that can be, even if it's just one person. And it might be hundreds, even thousands, if we actively develop the mission. So this is another point that I want to share with you. And the third point is also very important. With every mission trip that I do, I have more and more, I discover I have a more clear appreciation of the fact that spiritual life of a missionary is connected, maybe not directly, but is connected with the outcome of the mission. Because the normal logic will tell us that, if you spend time for prayer, for gospel, you lose time that you could have used for the mission. You go and distribute pamphlets, you do this, you do that. So just do as much as you can if you are in a mission. Okay, of course, there is another opposite position that you just pray. You don't do any mission. You just pray. Okay, and do fasting and just don't do anything else, and the Lord will bring people. That's another mistake. Well, for some people, yes, that's their calling. They don't have the blessing or the calling to have external mission. Okay, maybe they have the blessing to be in the monastery. Even in the monastery, you can do mission when people come there, pilgrims. And how is it related? How is spiritual life? Well, how do you find the balance? When to pray and when to go out and do mission? Well, there are two links. One link is easy to understand. If you put effort into ascetic life, you will have more motivation to go and do mission. You will have a clear mind to talk about Christ. You will have more content to share with people, because you will have more spiritual discoveries in the Bible, in the Gospel, in the prayer about what it is, what is it, what does it mean to have relationship with God, what does it mean to strive for the kingdom of heaven, and you will share it with the people who you meet on the street. Okay, so this is easy to understand. Your physical abilities will be better because you will be more concentrated on your discipline, on your daily routine, what you do, how you okay, you will be healthier, generally speaking. Okay, there are exceptions. And this will allow you to do more mission, to be more efficient in the mission, and more effective in the mission. And another link between spiritual life and physical and mission success is more mystical. It's not evident by our logic. And this link is that when you are putting more effort into prayer, when you love prayer, the Lord will give you more success in the mission. He will create situations mystically, in a miraculous way, helping you achieve mission goals. He will send the right people in the right place, and He'll put you in the right place, and He will give you the right words to say. And why? First of all, because you will be more humble. The more effort we put into spiritual life, the more humble, if it's the right spiritual life, because many become more proud. But if you have a healthy spiritual life, you'll become more and more humble as a result. And the Lord will see that success in the mission will not make you proud. It will not make you arrogant and think that you have done something great, okay, you're something. No, He knows that you know that you're nothing, you're garbage, you're worthless by yourself. And he'll just send these results. He'll send success to your mission. And also, He will answer your prayers. So in the prayer, when you ask for God's help, He will come and help you in the way that He knows how to help you. So when you pray and do mission, okay, you find time for prayer, He will give greater fruits, better outcome to your mission. So this is a mystical, you cannot, you cannot track this cause and effect, because it's in the Lord's hands. But we can see that this is true. We have faith, and we can see it from the experience. May the Lord give you joy, give you strength, give you this dareness to speak about Him, to witness Him, to fight with the internal evil that is in every one of us. Because without this, we will not be able to do mission. Okay, without working on the evil, how can you fight with evil outside if you don't fight, if you don't win the evil that is in you every day, because it's coming up every single day. May the Lord give us strength, make us His worthy servants and soldiers, warriors, that we may bring glory to His holy name, of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Please pray for the mission in Sri Lanka, for all the Orthodox faithful there, and please pray that the Lord may guide you in your daily life to do what is pleasing to Him. I mean, God bless.